An Ethiopian Orthodox teaching, a church, to be a church, should be enveloped by a forest. It should resemble the Garden of Eden. A 100 years ago, the highland was one big continuous forest. That big continuous forest has been eaten up by agriculture. It is the church who has protected this forest and who has safeguarded them from destruction. It's only because of the patronage and the blessing of the church these forests have survived. Church forests are always in my childhood memory. I used to go with my family for Sunday Mass, for holidays. We have been always told that God gives mercy when you pray here. So the spiritual connectivity is so strong. The more I study them, the more I understand them, the more I see their problem, their importance, their significance, and then I end up being hooked with this forest, you know.
ስለዚህ በየጽዋቶች ላይ የእግዚአብሔር ኃይል አለ፣ የእግዚአብሔር ጸጋ አለ፣ የእግዚአብሔር በረከት አለ። ስለዚህ አንዲትን ዛፍ የተከለ ሰው በተወዛወዘች ቁጥር እድሜውን ትለምንለታል ይችላል። ተታኪ ደኖችም ተታኪ ትውልድ እንደምናፈረው ሁላ የጽዋት ተታኪ ትውልዶችም የሉ። ሲወጡ ገና ይበላቸዋል ያ እያለቁ እነሱ ትልቁ ሲወድ ተታኪ ያጣና ደኑ ከንቱ ይሆናል። እና አጥሩ በጣም ጠቃሚ ቤተክርስቲያናችን እሷን ካጣች ግን ራሷን ታጣለች።
The idea of making a wall to conserve the forest came from the church itself. If you see the rural church, they have a wall to protect the inner circle, which people think that's the most sacred place. So let's move that wall to the outside and include the forest as part of the church itself. We are making a barrier, not excluding humans, a barrier against cattle grazing, so that regeneration and the health of the forest can be sustained. The church has been protecting the forest for centuries. But the forest in turn has been a guardian. It was a kind of mutual benefiting. The church itself was built from this forest. The inner wall of the church has been painted. And all those pictures, scriptures and murals were made out of tree leaves, roots, barks and flowers. 800, 700, even 1,000 years ago. They are living by one another. They are embedded to one another. The church is within the forest is inside the church. In ecological term, the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. There are millions of other creatures. There is so complicated, sophisticated interaction you cannot explain. Because of the coexistence, there is what we call emergent property. It's a new hybrid character. The mystery is to think beyond what we see. There is a problem always, a misperception that these forests would stay forever. We don't have any other backup. To safeguard the Ethiopian biodiversity, it is only the church forest. If we lose that, then that's all.
ያለቀ ከመሄድ እንዲድን አንዳንዴ ድንበሩም አይታወቅም። በተለይ ትውልድ ሲያልፍ ትልልቅ አባቶች ሲያልፍ ወጣቱ ጎረምሳ ገበሬ ሲመጣ ወደ ጥግ እየመጣ ያርሳል እና ያኔ ድንበሩ ይጠፋል እና ይሄ የድንጋዩ አጥር ዋናው ጥቅሙ ከብት እንዳይገባ ማለት ነው።
The biggest challenge is to open the eyes of the community to show up these forests are really disappearing. They think always they are there forever. The church forests are the blueprint. You can understand what kind of ecosystem, what kind of biodiversity, what kind of forest we had before. Everything is important and interlinked. So if you really care, we have to respect trees, the role of trees, and we have to learn to live with forests. We can bring back the landscape given that these church forests exist. That's my hope, that's my vision.